Alright, what's going on, chat? Hope everyone's doing well. Holy hell, is it hot right now. Oof. Boy, oh boy. Can you hear me? Mic check, mic check. There we go. Whew. Holy hell, is it hot. God damn. I had to shave my beard, unfortunately. I tried trimming it down a little, but I'm not good at it, so I had to just cut it down quite a bit. But my AC unit is broken, so I have a new one coming Sunday. But man, it has been so hot recently, and the upstairs of my house where my room is, it's got to be like 80 something degrees right now. So it's nice outside. It's like 70 or something, or something, low 70s or something right now, but the upstairs is so freaking hot. So I'm dying up here, but what do you call it? We have some summertime striper flies and fly fishing to talk about. I recorded a video, got the smaller fly box set up for summertime striper fishing, so I loaded it up with the flies that I normally would fish this time of year, because I'm going to start going fishing again, and as well as some larger flies as well, for summertime stuff. And this, it applies to a lot of different species, but primarily striped bass is what the one series that we have. So what do you call it? Nothing too crazy, but it is like a pretty in-depth video, just going over the flies and talking about what flies I like for early summertime stuff, as well as I'll probably include some like little extra tidbits like clips and videos and photos and stuff like that. So, but what's going on, Jim? How's it going? I hope you're doing well. And Doc, how's it going, dude? I hope you're doing good. Oh, we're on full web here. Yeah, I don't have that one thing set up. But yeah, what do you call it? I've been so we got that recorded, and I'm working on that. So that'll be because we've been doing a lot of, we haven't been doing a lot because I was so busy fly tying for Baja stuff. But we've been doing just a ton of like tutorials recently on the channel. So I want to do some different videos talking about stuff. So watch whatever you put out. I've just been learning about the synthetics and applications. Big help. Thanks, man. Hey, no problem, Don. Yeah, somebody left a comment on the synthetic video the other day I got a reply to. But those sort of videos are what I want to try and make more of, because I can just pick random flies from books that I have and make videos showing how to tie them, that's like our bread and butter. But it seems like what people really enjoy watching on the channel, views wise and stuff, and feedback from comments, is the more in-depth videos discussing materials and applications, techniques, because that way you can, if you learn how to use a certain material, then you can just tie all sorts of flies as opposed to just learning one fly, you know what I mean? Gotcha. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, hell yeah. Were you the one that recommended it? A couple people asked me to do that video. But I still get comments on that video. People talking about how they love it, so we're going to do more stuff like that if you guys have any ideas. Of course, that was just synthetics, right? We're going to do natural hairs. We're going to do feathers. We can do a whole video just on bucktail. I did one video discussing a little bit about bucktail, but that one didn't do as good. But it was kind of like, I think I could have done it better. But so we'll do like natural hairs, feathers, and then I think I want to do like miscellaneous or like body material type stuff, like silly legs, estaz, crab bodies, all that stuff, you know what I mean? But the other thing that I want to do is, I haven't been super motivated to go fishing because I haven't caught a single straight bass yet this year. The fishing sucked for me, and then I got stuck in the house tying flies for like 2 months. But I want to get out and do some fishing, and what I want to do is, whether the fishing is going to be good or not, we'll see. Either way, I want to make some videos on like how to fish jetties, or how to fly fish jetties, or how to fly fish open beaches, how to fly fish coves. We could do videos like that, because I can make a video encompassing everything, but it would be, which we still can do, but I think it's better to break it down into like, spend 20-30 minutes talking about how to fish jetties in particular. So, because really, when I start laying these videos out and thinking about it, like, all right, let me make a video on different structures that you could fly fish, that you'll encounter when fly fishing for striped bass. And next thing you know, like, I'm writing, I haven't even gotten down from jetties, and I already have so much notes on it. I'm like, dude, there's so much I want to talk about, so I should really break them down into individual videos. It's a little bit easier to edit that way as well, when there's so much generally in a video. But I need to do a summertime fly fishing for striped bass, so I'd like to get some more footage. But we did a springtime one, which is really good. We're going to do a summertime one, then I would like to do a fall time one. I'd like to do one on albies as well. We haven't done one on albies. And yeah, there's so many different stuff. Flats fishing, there's so many different things. So got to grind them out, bro. Get out there. It would be helpful. The troughs along the beaches, people don't realize it's the Predator Highway. Oh yeah, well that's the thing. When you start fly fishing, you learn the fish aren't that far. The Marlin Fever boat from Wilson, North Carolina caught a 919-pound marlin that will be worth $6.2 million if it stands as a winner of the Big Rock Tourney. Oh my god. Yeah, there's some big there's some good offshore fishing off the coast of North Carolina for sure. That's crazy though. 919-pound marlin. Whew. Technically 920-pound almost, right? That's wild. That's crazy. All right, well, what do you call it? We are going to be tying some flies today, of course. I don't know what, just some random stuff that I want to whip up for the box. We whipped up a shrimp fly and a flatwing net last time. Maybe we could try and tie I know, so we got some sand eels. We also have some flounder and fluke and stuff like that that's going to be showing up soon. The juvenile fluke and flounder bite. So there's a bunch of different flies we could tie. But one thing I wanted to do is talk about with you folks as well is, because I'm doing this video, I'm working on it after the stream and tomorrow. I'm going to try and have it done by Sunday, but we'll see. The summertime fly box for striped bass. What I want to know is, what are your folks' favorite flies for fly fishing during the summertime in saltwater? Early summer in particular. This is going to be an early summer because generally late summer can be slightly different. Like, for instance, you'll have larger spearing that are spawning and stuff. You'll have you'll have smaller baits that have hatched by now. You'll have mullet moving into the bays. You know, we're talking about like late August, early September, almost getting near the start of the fall, you know. But so what are some of the flies? So think about that, and we'll talk about that as we whip up some flies. But I want some of your, I'll do a poll on YouTube, and I want some of your some feedback on the stream, because I'll write down the some stuff, and I want to just include it, like, you know, what people talk about. Squid around Rhode Island. Okay, so we got some squid flies. See, I don't do a bunch of I don't do a lot of fishing with squid or as bait. So squid in Rhode Island. If you guys have any suggestions of what I should talk about, some viewer suggestions, flies for summertime stripers, then I'll write that down. Okay. When I fished the surf in the Gulf, the underrated delicacy was the glass minnow. A lot of species liked it. Yeah, glass minnow is super. I'm guessing you're down south. Yeah, glass minnow is very similar to something like a surf cane. The idea is just something sparse and small, like a juvenile bait fish, right? All right, so let's see. It's summertime. What do we want to tie? There's a couple different things. We tied a shrimp fly last time. We have let me pump this light up. Hold on. It's hot as hell, dude. So I'm trying not to have all the lights cranking. I'm probably going to be fishing somewhere around the bay, but closer to the inlet. So we do have crustacean flies that I would like to, we're going to start tying. We do have bait fish flies like sand eels, spearing, and things like that. As well as probably some smaller size bunker up to larger size bunker flies. But realistically, it's like we're either fishing with searching flies like we usually do, where we're tying like squimpish hollows and things like that that can imitate stuff like porgies or bunker, or we're tying some smaller stuff. So we've been tying some different flatwings and stuff. I do like the flatwings, but why don't we do something different, because we've been going pretty hard on the flatwings. Let's try something different. We'll take a 4-aught Gamakatsu here. Oh, I gotta clean this vise. I forgot to spray it down. West Virginia, gotcha. Used to be in Florida. Yeah, when you say glass minnow, it kind of says Florida. Yeah, a lot of my summertime fishing is either during the day fishing in shallow water, like flats, and the flats are close to the ocean or the inlet, so that it's getting clean water on the incoming tide, crystal clear essentially, and the fish come up on the flats, and then when the tide recedes, they go off the flats. It's not always sight fishing when I say flats. It's flats fishing. You can sight fish, but a lot of times I'll just blind cast. Yeah, you know, it's somewhat different. I will say the warmer water fishing is slightly different than our colder water, saltwater fishing, so. But a lot of it is similar. Just the basics of saltwater fishing, right? It can apply to a lot of different species. But we're probably going to be fishing like channels in between offshore islands and in the shore, where we got some deep water. It's going to be incoming tide. So I do like tying some flies that push water that I can also swing in the current. So that being said, we should take some hackle here. Let me grab some hackle. Some hackle and some bucktail. Pretty simple. I don't even know if I want to add too many colors to it. Now, I did organize all my fly time material, which is nice, but I still got to move some of these containers. I haven't figured out, man. I don't know what I'm going to do with my bucktail and all my hackle. I think I'm going to have to leave it in that big plastic container thing, unless I stick it in totes, but we'll figure it out. But I did a lot of cleaning at the start of the week. I got a cabinet, set up all my miniature stuff in there, so I'm slowly organizing. So I just got to finish with the fly tying material, and then I'm going to start getting shelves set up for all my buildings that I have for the tabletop stuff. But the fly tying material is almost fully, kind of, the storage is almost fully revamped. Took me a little while. What's going on, Camel Eggs? How's it going, dude? But yeah, I gotta work on this summertime video, so I'm gonna do this tonight. I was working on it yesterday as well, but oh, it'd be so nice when I have an AC unit, because my computer does get a little hot while I'm editing. $5-gallon zips and tote. I'm handing slap board soon enough. Okay, I have no idea what you're talking about, but sure, yeah. Is that premium bucktail? No, this is some cheap bucktail. Premium? I do have one premium tail that I got from Brad Buzzy. I don't know where I put it. I shoved it away somewhere. But yeah, that's the last premium bucktail that I bought, and that was this winter. And I barely used it. I normally use the just whatever I can get. This was, I bought like 2 dozen bucktails from a bucktail distributor guy. I had a fly shop get them for me, and half of them were crap and half of them were okay. I didn't even really get any that were like, holy cow, you know what I mean? But for what I do, I'm not tying hollow flies commercially, you know. I need bucktail for feather support. I need bucktail for throats. I don't necessarily, and collars, I don't necessarily need ultra premium bucktail, so don't hold out on us. No, this was just a guy, I had the fly shop order 24 bucktails for me, and they just didn't charge me too much extra money. Not even a fly shop, a tackle shop, a smaller shop that I tie for, but a nice guy. All right, this is a 4-aught. I think we're gonna, let's get some larger hackle here. I want something kind of like, we're gonna do like kind of razzle dazzle-ish, if you will, you know what I mean? But just like, when I say that, I just mean like, you know, a little bit more than 1 or 2 pieces of hackle. And, what do you call it? A little bit fuller, like, you know, throat and hair, but still classic flat wing style. Slowly gonna make the feathers longer. Oh. Okay, I forgot to hit dual stream for the vertical stream, but that's okay. That means I don't need to worry about it. So let me just make sure the camera's positioned right for you guys. Yo, Zeke, what's going on, dude? How's it going, man? Let's do some fishing soon, now that you're back. I'm working on videos and stuff like that, so I'm always going to be busy, but I got some time to fish at some point. Not this weekend, but next week at some point, if you let me know. We got to go before it starts getting so hot. Dude, I cannot wait to get this AC unit on Sunday. Oh, it's nothing fancy either. It's a cheap bare bones, not even electronic or whatever, but it'll just be so nice. I've been putting it off, you know. Your tying materials, you were saying? Ah, yeah. 5-gallon zips. I'm using like the jumbo zips, and I'll organize like Crystal Flash that way, and then I have Flashabou or something. But instead of totes, I have I'll show you guys. You can't see it now, but I showed you last stream. I got some nice like slidable drawers, because I've had totes, I've had plastic containers, but I'm looking for something that doesn't look like crap, you know what I mean? So I got like some actual furniture, but super cheap stuff on Amazon, but it's pretty decent. Next week definitely. Okay, sounds good. The early albies, like a very small fly, we call the snot fly. Kip tail tied on number 2 and size 4 hooks. Yeah. That sounds about right. That's similar to what we do down here, or do up here. Sometimes they get on some micro bait, and it gets you kind of have to either scale it down or just go like really big with it, you know what I mean? So I like this hackle, but it's a little too thick. Can I find a thin one? There we go. I think I do want to add one more white hackle that's Lawner before we throw a grizzly on there. So I ended up buying this in case I needed it for rooster fish flies, and I kind of did, but now I have this nice tail left, so I'm going to use it. I got to start getting some flies up on Anglers Marketplace as well, so I need to keep the fly time momentum going. Oh, we should throw some flash on at this point. Where's my flash at? Is it at the bottom, I think? It is. Yeah. So I got bags like this. Got all the crystal flash organized somewhat. What flash? It's nice. I gotta say, it is nice. The problem is keeping it organized, right? We'll go with some Gray Ghost. I love pulling my crystal flash out, but then it freaking creates a mess, so I've kind of accepted it's kind of just better to cut it at times. I just like having the lawn flash, folding it over, doubling it over. It's nice. I should go with some regular Flashabou as well. I kind of like mixing the crystal and the Flashabou. Oh man, it's so hot. Holy hell. Whew. Sheesh. Crystal Flash on there. Let's funk and go. What's going on? How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Sometimes it stretches or it'll like get all disformed. Yeah. Because the Crystal Flash doesn't pull nicely out of the zip tie, unfortunately. Because it kind of catches itself, you know what I mean? Now here's something. Let's try this with the flat wing, dude. Is this going to screw everything up if we kind of give it a pitch? Like we do with the Kinky Mother? It kind of is, but I'm down for science. So, you can always tie another one, you know? I wonder if that'll help with the fouling or something. Yeah, I'm a sucker for flat wings, you know that. So when I'm like, what sort of fly should I tie up for myself? It's kind of hard to say no to a flat wing. And I'll go with some Peacock Flashabou on here. I'm just going to be lazy and not do the wrap around again. Whew, it's hot. All right. Put that away now so I don't make a mess. What's up with these fly names, bro? What do you mean, dude? We're not even... The stuff we're talking about is super tame. You should be careful about the trout guys. Better watch out fishing with those guys. They got the Sex Dungeons and the Nipple Twister 5000s or whatever they fish with. Yeah, it is hotter than two rats baning in a wool sock behind a dryer in August. Yeah. True. That's definitely what it feels like. Disgustingly hot. Really what it is, it's super humid right now, so that just makes it 10 times worse. That makes it so much more worse. I gotta go to the beach, though. I didn't even go to the beach last summer at all. I go to the beach solo dolo. And, just go swimming. Hopefully not get attacked by a shark. Swimming alone. And, get some... Dude, the ocean water's so nice. Because it could be like 100 degrees. You get in that ocean water at first, and you're like, oh my god, it's like freezing cold. Not freezing, but it's cold, you know? And then after a little while, it's like the perfect temperature. After your body gets acclimated to it, when it's like... And it's like 90 degrees outside. Oh, it's so nice. But it's always that first, you gotta just bite the bullet, jump in the Atlantic. And you try and like tippy toe in, it never works. You gotta just like dive in. We have pretty deep beaches too. Like it gets super deep, real close to shore. Been at the beach swimming just to pass the lip and had stripers swim by me and sharks. Damn, bro. See, that's what I mean. You gotta watch out. No peeing in the water. Yeah, I gotta go swimming. It's been a while. Yeah, Ass Slapper 2000. It's a sweet fly. Have you ever done fly fishing for triggerfish? I heard they fight hard. I haven't fly fished for triggerfish. Well, I know there like you can catch certain species on fly, like down in the like, you know, where they fish for giant trevally and stuff out in the like Indian Ocean and places like that. I have caught triggerfish, but using bait, using clam. My buddy who had a boat back in the day, who I met some dude at the bridge, ended up being a cool dude, also fly fished, who was a steelhead guy. He what do you call it? He's like, yo, check this out. And we like anchored somewhere random. And he's like, he just started chunking small bits of clam, because we went clamming the day before. And what do you call it? All these triggerfish came up to the boat. And what do you call it? We were like cherry picking the biggest triggerfish that we could get with the piece of clam on the hook. One thing though I'll never forget. I don't know if anyone I've mentioned this and nobody ever brings it up. But like, hey, they're pretty hard to like fillet. Their skin is super tough on a triggerfish. And also, they didn't seem like they were like interested in lures. These species of triggerfish were more interested in bait. I don't know if we get like aggressive one up here, big ones like that, up in New York. But filleting the triggerfish, they're super tough. Their skin is like leather. It's crazy. It's like an alligator skin or something. It's like impossible to cut through. And the other thing is, the what do you call it? For some reason when filleting them, dude, they had this certain smell to them. It was like the worst smell in the world. Not the worst, but it had this like very, very pungent smell, like to the skin and everything on these triggerfish. It was so strong. So I couldn't eat them for like a day or two. But then I had like a bag of fillets, and dude, I made fish tacos with it. It was like the best, like white fish I've had, probably. Because I'm not big on cooked fish. I like tuna, yellowfin or bluefin, and like smoked eel, stuff like that. I'm not big on like just eating regular what do you call it, like fluke or striped bass cooked or anything like that. So I don't know, is anyone I tell people and they're like, no dude, they don't smell, or I don't, maybe it's just something like I picked up on. It was this particular smell or something. But that was such a cool experience, like cherry picking with a tiny little piece of clam and sticking in front of the biggest one that was schooled around the boat and just picking them up. It was sick. They tasted so good too. Varner for hair, best I've gotten. It's more expensive, but for your own stuff. What are you talking about, for bucktail? Yeah, I got bucktail dudes. I got what do you call it? Brad Buzzy, who I've usually used for over the years, but also there's High Guy Flyco. Yep, that has good bucktails, I've heard. A Cuddy Rain Brown. Vallejo's. Vallejo, is that, or Valho's? Flea Flicker? Deer Belly Premium and Buck? Okay, gotcha. Yeah, there's a bunch of people that specialize in it. I know some people personally that have bucktail stuff that I usually deal with. Alright. So we're just going to keep this thing pretty simple, man. We might throw a little color near the end. I'm going to keep it mostly white, though. And the hook, I don't want it to foul. It's a flat wing. We're going to keep it nice and sparse. Man, it is so hot. I'm not going to stream super late tonight because this camera will overheat at some point. It is so hot. It's generally like, it must be like 85, 90 degrees or something. Oh, Buzzy's website? Yeah, well, he's still doing it in person. That's all I know, so. Again, I don't buy a bunch of premium bucktails. So, I mean, check out High Guy Flyco, then, is the one that I've heard the most about from other people, including folks in our community. Yo, Gene, what's going on, man? Hit the buzzer or the like and catch a fish. That's right. Yeah, you like the stream on YouTube. You'll guaranteed catch a fish. I use a highlighter on a black and white grizzly and it worked okay. Pink works well if you need a color feather not in your stuff. Highlighter works. Ooh, interesting. I wonder if you could do a rainbow color. Can you do pink and then blue? And you could probably do something like that, right? Custom feathers. It'll bleed out over time, right? But Nick, okay, Nick Vallejo ties sand fleas. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm gonna go do some sand flea fishing. That's gonna be the goal. Is I want to do a sand flea expedition. Make a little video out of it. I just got to find the right troughs because there's sand fleas everywhere over here, and find the fish, I suppose, right? Keep it pretty sparse here. I tell you what, though, when I do get done with the stream, I'm just gonna go sit outside for like 2 hours. It's so hot and muggy, dude. It is disgusting right now. Definitely gonna need some more bucktail. I like to keep it sparse, but I mean, it's not bad, but we can add a little bit more. Yeah, musky fools. Yeah, never dealt with them personally, but I've seen good stuff. What's going on, Southern Fly Guy? How you doing? Yeah, I know Buzzy was supposed to get his website going again. I don't know, maybe he didn't. Some at the Fly Show though. Me and Zeke got some nice bucktails from him at a decent price. And I think he did a Masters of the Fly thing too. Also, check out Nick Curasone on Masters of the Fly. That was their, I think, last episode of the year. But I actually had a conversation with him not too long ago. He's a cool dude. And he's written multiple books. And I was like, he's like, yeah, hey, you may not know me. I was like, yeah, I know you do. I feel like I definitely know you. I've like read your books, or I've seen you in like, I definitely know your name. I just couldn't remember. But he's a really cool dude. He did a Masters of the Fly episode. You guys should check it out. And Henry Cowan was, what do you call it? Like co-hosting. I think Masters of the Fly is cooling down because they do like it during this fishing season. They're not. I don't think they do it. So I tell you what, Henry was doing a great job. He should have like a freaking podcast himself, honestly. So we might need to hijack him when Masters of the Fly isn't doing anything. Then I know he's fishing as well, but no matter what, we got to do like an interview or something at some point. I've talked to him a bunch about it, but we were so busy, so we finally got some time. I got to start dedicating some time to working on some different video ideas that I've been putting off. That should work. We'll just move forward. Yeah, this ain't no premium bucktail. Very well, good. I'm glad to hear it. Hot damn, bruh. So hot. Probably add a little color on top. I love pink. I can't help it. I'm kind of feeling like pink and yellow and maybe something else. I'm gonna have to go digging in my bucktail box, but maybe add a marabou throat as well. Something I haven't done in a while that I used to love doing with flatwings. I gotta keep it sparse though. Like, you can see why I added a little bit more bucktail in the last collar, but I gotta be careful here. I can add up. Oh, it's alright. It happens to the best of us. It is summertime. It's just my AC broke, so I'm waiting for a new one to come on Sunday. So, whew, I'm gonna chew a little ice. Just staying hydrated. I do have a nice glass of tea though. We're out of the claws, so we're not. We're keeping it nice and on the straight and narrow today. Except we're usually veering off for the hookah lounge. That never changes. But I've been drinking. Is it Yorkshires or something? There's a no caffeine breakfast tea that I had. So usually I drink green tea during the day with caffeine. I have like 2 of those. And first off, it's stopping drinking. I stopped drinking coffee like half a year ago. It was so nice. And the green teas definitely don't feel like dehydrated half the time, because I would just drink coffee half the day if I was like clamming and working and stuff. But and then I'll have like a decaffeinated kind of like a dark black English tea for nighttime, and then like put some milk in it, you know what I mean? No sugar though. I haven't put sugar in tea or coffee in years. I don't really have too much sugar in general. I try to avoid for the most part, but every now and then. Let's do olive and pink. I can't help. It's one of my favorite color combinations. All right. So I will put a poll up. Maybe I'll try and do it tonight or something, or tomorrow. But I do want to get some information from you folks. What are your favorite your favorite early summer, springtime striper flies? Or just saltwater flies or whatever. But, I mean, the video is going to be pretty much talking about striper stuff, but... That's something I want to do. I try to, in general. I try to involve the community a little bit by doing, like, a poll, asking a question, incorporating that into the video, you know? Yeah, this bucktail isn't the best, but that's okay. It'll get the job done. Just gonna take a couple more whispers of pink, as Kenny would say. Is Kenny Abrams still alive? I don't think so, right? I was talking to somebody about that recently. I'm like, I feel like I've been talking about the guy like he's dead, but I don't know if he's even alive or not. Alright, we're gonna go with some gray now. We're definitely vacuuming after the stream. Yeah, I've grabbed like the worst bucktails I've had of each. I guess the white one's not terrible, but like, this is junk. It's just like not, if you look at the actual hairs, it's just like not what we're looking for, Chief, you know? See if I can get it to focus for you guys. There you go. It's like usable, but it just doesn't cooperate. It doesn't do what you want it to do. We're gonna use it anyway, though. Oh my god, dude, it is so hot. I know it's probably gonna get you guys are gonna get tired of hearing that, but I'm telling you, it's like 90 degrees in my room with the camera and the lights on, the computers and everything. Whew. We're gonna whip up a couple flies. We're gonna have a good chit chat, take a look at the Discord, and I tell you what, Keith's not gonna be happy tonight, but he'll have to understand. And then when I get an AC, oh yes, we could stream and not die. A friend knows him. He's alive. Okay. There you go. Again, I gotta stop talking about him like he's dead. Kenny Abrams is a fantastic fly tyer and all that. Or Kenny Abrams, like Kenny Abrams says, not said. It's a bad habit of speaking like about someone like they're dead. I don't want to do that, so... It's one of my favorite fly tyers and authors in general when it comes to fly fishing books. All right, I mean, this is pretty much where I'm looking at it. I just wanted a little bit of color, you know, that little bit of pink and olive. I want it to be mostly white, and this is sort of fly I can just cast and swing. There's a couple shorter hairs in there. I'm not even going to worry about it, dude. It's all going to be slimmed down. Let's try and do an eye or something. I don't have any... I don't have any, what do you call it? I don't have any, like, jungle cock or anything, any cool feathers, but I think I have some, like, mallard flank. We might be able to just do, like, a funky looking makeshift eye thing. Okay, so this is where it gets a little dangerous. I organize my feathers, and by organize, I mean I put all the packages of feathers that aren't loose in here. Oh, here we go. Some of it is quote-unquote organized. I got some like mallard flanks. Maybe we could just put a mallard flank on the cheek. Doesn't even need to necessarily look like an eye per se. Just do something different. What's going on, Bobzilla? It's hot out here too, and we are headed to Florida for vacation. Oh my god. You're like, yeah, let me go during June. Well, I'm sure you're going to be somewhere where at least it's probably... there's access to some water or something, or some sort of well, the good thing is there's AC everywhere in Florida, right? So, but yeah, Florida's gonna be hot. I went down in like the winter time and I was like, dude, I can't move here. It's so humid down there. Because I had a girlfriend move down there at the time. She's like, come on, you gotta come with me. I went down there. I was like, there's no way I can do this. I'm sorry. Like, I can go for like a week. Like 2 weeks maybe. After that, I gotta go. Too much. Too much. I went and visited a couple times. It was like, I'm like, thank God I did not move down here. That being said, it was cool to go down. It was fun. Especially during the winter time here when it's freezing. You see what I mean? Let's get a little zoom in. Oh, this camera's getting hot. The that little pink mallard flank on the side looks kind of cool. Musky Fool, good at grading different bucktails and pricing accordingly. Buy what you need. There you go. I've heard good things about them. Obviously, Hi Guys Fly Co. I'm trying to think of any other ones. There's a couple other on Instagram I know that I've following for years. Wife's a teacher, Disney with the kiddos. Oh, nice. Disney's going to be cool. I'm sure it's going to be wild, but no getting used to it. There's a reason why they call the snowbirds migrate to the best weather. Yeah. Well, I know some folks from New York that moved to Florida, but I don't know how they did it. Not like the seasonal thing, like year round. Well, one of my neighbors goes down every year for the winter and then comes back. But I don't know how they make the permanent move. I kind of like, you know, even though I can bitch and moan about it being cold, I do enjoy the changing of the seasons and everything. I mean, that's what makes the fishing so good, you know? It's one of the things that makes living up in the Northeast kind of its own thing, you know? But it's not for everybody, so different strokes for different folks. That being said, I would have had heat stroke if I lived in Florida, so it's a good visit state for me. I'm tying flies with the espresso, and the protein shake. Well, you're double dipping, huh? Double dipping. Yeah, I like that. I need to get not the protein shake espresso thing. That sounds like probably give me the runs. But what do you call it? I don't know. I've never fucked with protein shakes. I got to get some peacock curl. That's what I've been missing, man. That would just finish this off. A little peacock curl on there. You know what I mean? Yeah, I never mess with protein shakes. I've had like protein bars before. But I usually I stick to like a nut bar or something, you know what I mean? Not something like that specifically is like a protein product or whatever. Espressos I don't mind, but I don't drink coffee anymore, so I don't know what that'd probably give me a heart attack if I had one now. Where's my? Oh, here it is. Head cement. Got my Whiting American Rooster saddle. In the mail. Sweet. Been trying to find white ones for about a year. Thank you, Bears Den. Yeah, I still have to. I didn't actually order one yet. I'm just going to have to bite the bullet. It'll be nice to have. Especially because you can keep hackle for like years and years. So even if I kind of just want one to have it. I'm not even using them nowadays that much. Where can I get decent fly time material for affordable price? Hobby Lobby doesn't have what I need, and Amazon is okay. Reveille Realms. I'm going to recommend a couple places, all right? Hold on. I've been tying commercially for years, and half the places I don't even get a discount because I'm not affiliated with them. But, you know, one place I'm going to show you, I get a small discount because I've been tying with them for years, but I'm all for it. Needs to be a good price. I can't be paying fly shop, you know, hometown fly shop prices, $17 a bucktail for a crap bucktail. I can't be doing that. Oh, wait, I'm on my other computer. Hold on. Give me a sec. Fly Tires Dungeon is a great one. Check out Fly Tires Dungeon. They have a lot of like almost like knockoff versions of like Crystal Flash and other things, and at a very good price. Let's look up that one. This is good for everybody. Fly Tires Dungeon. Hold on. Give me a sec. So there's Fly Tires Dungeon, which they have their own version. I forgot what their Crystal Flash is called. Is it this? Something similar, but you could see $3 a Hank. That's pretty good. So Fly Tires Dungeon's fantastic. They do have, I mean, they don't have Bucktail and crap, but they have like their version of like EP hair and things like that, you know what I mean? It's like their own version of like name brand stuff, I guess you could say, you know what I mean? But it's all very, very affordable. We actually need to check out some more stuff from Fly Tires Dungeon and make some videos on it. All right, the other one, which is what I've used for the majority of my life, is saltwaterflies.com. They've been around for a very long time. I've been buying materials here since the late 90s with AOL dial-up. And hold on. And the thing is, the website's old. The website literally looks like what it looked like in the early 2000s, but it's reasonable prices and it's from Massachusetts. It was literally like one of the first online fly shops, and it's run by Chris Windrum, who's a pretty renowned saltwater fly tire and fly fisher up here in Massachusetts. So this is who I've been using for the majority of the time. This is who I buy the most of the time. Even if something's like 50 cents more, I'll buy it here. I know it's going to come quick with the shipping, and I'm supporting like an actual professional fly tire that owns a business instead of like a larger company. The other thing is, and it looks a little confusing, but there's like hooks and thread and eyes, and then there's everything else. You can go like check out their bucktails and stuff, you know, or there's yak hair, right? And this is like normal fly tying prices. Fly Tires Dungeon's ridiculous. They must get it straight from China or something, and like crazy prices, but the quality isn't always as good as like more name brand stuff, you know what I mean? But still, I mean, you know, these are obviously, this is for like a single dude, for one or two people running this business. Like the prices are ridiculously reasonable compared to like, you know, big companies like JS Fly Fishing and stuff like that. So speaking of, there's also JS Fly Fishing, which is good as well. These are all good places to buy material, by the way. One's not necessarily better than the other. They're all just different options. There's Jay Stockert, which is like a large online fly tying business. They have a lot of freshwater stuff. They're like, I would say mostly focused freshwater, but they do have a good amount of saltwater stuff as well. So you could check them out, and they're like reasonably priced as well. And then one of my favorites is this Lure Parts Online. This is a tackle and rod building website. But the stuff's reasonably priced and pretty cheap. So, I mean, you got to pick and choose, right, what you want. But you can find, if we go fly tie materials, we'll go hair, no. Where's like synthetics or something, or here we go, synthetics. Hair materials. So, like, you know, generally you'll find the Steve Farrar fiber will be like 10, 11, or it'll be like 11, 12 bucks in a fly shop. It's like 10 bucks. So it's like, it's reasonable. It's nothing crazy. But it's still like, it's a pretty good price. I don't know, the website's being a little funky right now. Let's take a look at what else. Like $5 for a hank of super hair. That's great. That's what you're looking for. And the same thing, you know, it's not that much different if we go to saltwaterflies.com. You know, super hair $4.25. So you can like buy it, you know. This is why I recommend saltwaterflies.com. They're small mom and pop place that pretty much the same price. But So you got Lure Parts online, very good. They have all sorts of stuff you could buy in bulk, kind of too. You have JS Fly Fishing, which is more like a name brand, like larger saltwater or larger fly tying place to buy online. Saltwaterflies.com, which is again mostly saltwater stuff, but I'm assuming that's why you're here. But very reasonably priced and run by a well-known fly tire, so that's who I like supporting most of the time. Fly Tires Dungeon, for sometimes maybe not as like high quality as like the name brand stuff, but extremely cheap. It could be like up to a couple dollars cheaper a lot of times. So that's something to think about as well. Fly tying gift boxes. You could always try something like this, get a bunch of different stuff as well. So something to think about. Email me your address. I'll get you a whiting cape from Bears Den. Happy birthday! I appreciate that, Gene, but that's way too kind. Don't worry, I'll get one for myself. What do you call it? Buy another one if anything. Buy another one for yourself and stockpile it. But I do appreciate that. But that's too kind. That's too kind. That's too much. Saltwater stuff, icky. The gift boxes at Saltwater Fly Tying are crazy. The Christmas one. I can post a pic of everything in Discord. Yeah, post it in the Discord. Let's take a look. So are these like, does it give you samples or are you getting like a full pack? Because if that's the case, that would be really cool. We should buy one of these and make a video on it. You know what I mean? Because look, you get eyes, you get synthetics, all sorts of materials. It's just insane. Okay, so that makes me think that you're getting like an actual package of material, which if that's the case, then we're gonna have to get one of these. Oh, you live in Jersey, you've just been doing warm water? Well, that's pretty close enough, right? Obviously you can tie things like what do you call it, like God, I can't even remember what's the name of the woolly bugger. I forgot. I haven't thought about woolly bugger in so long. And catch a ton of largemouths. One of the best largemouth flies. Throw a bead on it. But you can also get into tying bait fish flies. And let's say you get into muskie and pike, you can get into tying essentially larger saltwater stuff. If you live in Jersey, though, you 100% should get into saltwater. And you should go do some saltwater striper fishing at some point. Especially during the fall. 100%. Because you think catching a largemouth is fun, you should catch a 20-pound striper on the fly. Then as your beaches in New Jersey are really good for fly fishing. Bob Popovics, who's like one of the greatest fly tyers of all time, rest in peace. He's from Jersey, and a lot of the saltwater flies that influence a lot of the freshwater flies that you even may be fishing were developed on those New Jersey beaches. They're kind of flat, and the fish will come in real close a lot of times. So really good fishing in New Jersey on the beaches. Do you like capes or saddles from whiting? To be honest with you, I like the capes because I haven't really bought whiting flat-wing saddles or whatever in a while. I think, yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't think I bought like a flat-wing style, like this style saddle from whiting in a long time. I think all of these are either the Ewing half patches or it's the, what do you call it? Oh, God. It's the hairline pastel ones that they sell. So... But for the whiting, I do like the, oh God, I touched the cape and then touched my nose. I got the oil all over me. I do like the capes or whatever with the, or no, not the capes, the saddle patches. Am I getting them mixed up? I don't like these from whiting. I like the big webby ones that we use for the American Hackle. It's the Whiting American Rooster Saddle Patch, I think it's called. Or is it the Rooster Cape? I don't know. I always get mixed up with those. But I usually go with whiting, I'm going for their Webby or Hackle for Deceiver and stuff. I'll be hitting the shore in the fall for sure, but only rocking an 8-weight. Still, so this is all still new to this. All with woolly bugger. I need to find another material instead of Hackle to be cheaper. Yeah. So then look in synthetics and look at bucktail. Bucktail's pretty good. Because bucktail you can use for all sorts of stuff. Like we use some Hackle here, but you can easily just take this tie like one feather off the back and just tie some bucktail, 2 collars. That's basically a bucktail deceiver, right? The capes are stiffer. Okay, yeah. You posted in the fly time room? Alright, let's take a look. Okay, it's so hot. I'm gonna take a break here and hit the hookah lounge, but we're gonna take a look at this real quick. Yo, Supra, what's up, dude? How's it going? How you doing? We got some cool flies to take a look at too, but we'll take a look at that later. Oh yeah. Sheesh, this is one of those boxes? So is this one of these? That's the Christmas box. Do they have that here, or is that something that's like a Christmas thing, I'm assuming? Yeah, that's like a... Okay, that's the Christmas thing. But is it... I'm guessing it's probably similar, right? Oh. Oh, where are we? It's probably similar. Yeah, I mean, like, you get, like, craft fur, you get, like, dubbing, like, ice dubbing and other dubbing. This is, like, a freshwater one, it looks like. Or, like, they give you all sorts of stuff, but... Tons of dubbing. Maybe rubber legs, it looks like. You get some, like, Supreme hair looking stuff. This is kind of, like, just some basic bog standard. I forgot, are these, like, yeah, that's the Congo. This is, like, their EP. Big game hair. This kind of looks like almost like wig hair, essentially. So it's good stuff, man. It's good stuff. Recommend checking it out. Are those hooks? They also have hooks too. Interesting. But yeah, Fly Tires Dungeon, very good. So if you could get yourself just a box, you know, like this, for instance, would probably be great. Who said they were in Jersey? Reverie Realms here. This would probably be good for you. You get flash, you get dubbing, you get bug legs, medium legs, you get eyes, you get shanks, so you could do articulated stuff. More eyes, you got dubbing, Congo hair, which is synthetic hair. This stuff would be nice because it can go a long ways. And then more Congo baitfish blends, and then H2O, which is like, I think, a flash and synthetic mix, maybe, or something. And it's like $50, and it's probably going to look like this sort of thing. Maybe not as much as this, but it looks like it is. I was wondering if these are their full packs, by the way. So, like, this is what you get when you order it, which is like, it's a pretty full-size package. It's not like a small package. This is probably more material than you get with a Senos Laser Dub pack, right? Great. The big one is the Rooster Saddle Hackle. Yep. That's why I finally found it. Bear's Den? Yeah. It's not the cape. Yep. That's the thing. There's like 15 different types of hackle they have nowadays, or more. But yeah, I mean, that's like a pretty healthy amount of flash. Maybe a little bit less than like a Flashy Boot pack, but I mean, that looks, you know, pretty much the same. The craft fur is probably not as good as something like Rainey's, obviously, but again, you know, it's half the price. All right, we're gonna do a video. We're gonna have to do it. Yeah, let us know how. If you end up getting one, let us know how it looks in the Discord. Or let us know or whatever. I'm gonna probably go with. It's a lot of Congo hair, so let's take a look. What do they have for their? What's water silk? It's like a super thin synthetic. Water silk, H2O flash. Okay, this is like a flash boot. It's kind of like multicolored flash, holographic Flashaboo almost. There's the Congo hair, which we'll take a look. Baitfish blends. What's the baitfish blends look like? Is that flash? Is it dubbing? I don't see the baitfish blends. Did you guys see it? Tails and wings? Is it baitfish hair? Might be. Baitfish blends. H2O multi-flash. Crystal web. What the hell is crystal web? Sounds like it's like that thin pack. Oh, this is like angel hair sort of thing. I mean, yeah, it's not bad. This one is blend. So the Congo hair, in case you're wondering, I have some. That's why I'm not looking at it, but I'll show you guys what it looks like. It's essentially like, I think it's very close to an EP fiber, is what I would say. There's a nymph box. This is all Congo hair, which is crazy. Which I kind of like the Congo hair, but it's not like, you know, I'm not like super crazy about it. This one also might be good. This is 30 bucks. This would probably be a good one for you to start out with, Realms. Dubbing, legs, eyes, flash, hair. But the warm water might be better for you, actually. This might be the better one. Alright, we'll have to take a look. I know they also have, I wanted to take a look at real quick, is their shanks. Okay, so they do have these. I remember I bought some shanks that I really did not like from them. These look better. I really would love short ones. They're all sold out, though. I know you can make your own as well, but these are way nice price-wise. Was it this? This was probably what I bought, these snap lock things or something. I bought something that was like not what I thought it was. They used to sell like crazy shanks that were way too big and like thick. But maybe it's something like this is what, I don't know. No, maybe not. I don't know. It was something. Anyways. Oh, they also got brushes. Oh, that's just like an actual brush. Okay. Is there anything else we want to take a look at real quick? They got hooks. Let's take a look at the hooks. Favorite synthetics, big game hair and the crystal hair. The big game hair. Yeah. That's. I want to try out the big game for sure. He also has bargain stuff that you can add on for basically pennies. Okay. Okay, so we got this here. This is pretty much like a big game hook. Yeah, big game hook. That looks very similar to the mustad shape. This is like a shorter shank. They're probably going to rust because they're not stainless or whatever, but they might be worth a try at some point. And then let's take a look. You said there was like discount stuff, right? High float fiber. That's probably like a thing. Big game hair in closeout colors. $1.50 per regular hank. Bright white, dirty white. There you go. It's $1.50 per hank of big game hair. You can get a pack of Flash, a 5-color set for $5, or a single pack of Flash for $1. There you go. Gator tails. Yeah, good on this guy. Always FTD shanks too heavy. Yeah, there was one that has this crazy connection thing that was like, I don't know how the hell I'm supposed to use this, but I might have gotten the wrong thing. Who knows? This was a long time ago. All right, we're going to take a quick little break. I'm going to go grab a drink real quick, get some fresh air, shut off my camera real quick, too, because this thing's getting hot. Whew. We're going to tie one more fly when I get back. We're going to keep chit-chatting about materials and flies and all that, and then, yeah, it's like, it's got to be 8, like, it has to be at least, I think, 85 or something up here. So, what do you call it? I'm not going to be, what do you call it, streaming all night, but we'll come back, tie another fly, and chat some more and talk about, and take a look in the Discord. So if you guys have any questions, or you guys got any summertime striper flies you want to talk about when I get back, put that on the back burner. We're going to take a quick little break. I'm going to refill my cup of tea, and I'll be back here in just a sec, chat, all right? Put on the old Albie highlight. Stay tight, alright? Yeah, keep it tight. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Aiden. Knuckle buster. Are you good? Do you need me to do anything?
Yeah, I might need a ride. Yes.
Okay. Hold on, I'm gonna turn now.
I'm gonna try and get on the bow.
Yeah, get on the bow. Alright, you're doing good. Keep doing your thing. I'm gonna move us away.
Is that a little one?
No, that's a nice one.
Oh, let's go!
Come here, close next to your alley. Good job.
That's sick.
Alright. Nice.
Let's go! Albie slap!
Good job, dude.
Yee!
Looking down the barrel of a 12 gauge little tuny, bro. On the Albihor too. Oh my god, dude! What the fuck? Woohoo! Oh my god. Yep. Oh my god! You gotta turn the boat so I can cast. Oh my god, dude! Alright, get back to catching them, Diego. Frigates.
Albie?
Frigates.
Frigate.
Whoa! Whoa! There's got to be bluefin or something. Look at. Hell yeah, dude! To grab a fish like that, to grab a fly like that, a big deceiver. Albies in the rain on the half beaks, baby. Greenbacks. Whew. All right, I tell you what, nice outside. Oh, it's gonna be nice to sit outside. Woo-hoo. It's hot. All right. Nice little flat wing over here. I got an AC coming on Sunday, so one more day and I'm good. Just while I'm streaming, man, there's so much. Ice pack would be nice, but then my chair would get absolutely choked. All right, so we tied a flat wing. Let's do something different here. Let me put these hackles away. Especially because I just got all the lights on, you know what I mean? You gotta have that. You gotta have the proper lighting. Otherwise, the stream's gonna look like shit. Move these off to the side. I have so much stuff I have to do after stream. I'm still in the process of putting stuff away, organizing. The bait in that Albie video is half beaks. I'll show you guys what a half beak looks like real quick. That's a half beak right there. Isn't that cool? It looks like a ballyhoo almost. But that's what the Albies were eating. They were like 4 or 5 inches. You can see this is like a very similar fly to what I tied recently for the guys down in Baja. But yeah, that's what they look like right there. So that's why in the end of, normally you don't make it to the end of the video, but at the end of that video, I'm holding an Albie and it's got like a 4 or 5 inch deceiver that's blue and white in its mouth because they were eating these things. Now they were a little bit smaller. They weren't this large. This is like the larger ocean ones, but a school of half beaks came inshore and there was like sharks, tuna, and Albies in that part of the video. Most of that video, they were eating bay anchovy, or it was a compilation of Albie fishing where they're on bay anchovies, but we found them at some point on these things, and it was crazy. I've never seen anything like it ever since. That was a rainy day where it was just me and Jeff. Jeff was in his boat, and there was one more guy from the fly shop, spinfish, or tackle shop. It was just 3 of us, and I had my boat with Diego Sanchez, who was a viewer on the channel. We haven't seen in a while, and what do you call it? It was just us. Nobody else was there, and the fish were just boiling on the surface for hours and hours. Couldn't stream it, though, unfortunately. I didn't get a ton of footage. That's why it's mostly cell phone footage and some of Jeff's GoPro, because it was raining the whole time, so I wasn't streaming. Because that was when we were streaming, like, every other day from the boat. It was good. It was good. One day. All right, I got a 2-aught here. We're going to tie something. Maybe like a simple bucktail deceiver style fly. No hackle, no nothing. Nice and simple. It's so hot. Holy cow. We'll have an AC though. Next week we'll be good to go. Tomorrow I'm going to be bitching and moaning during the miniature painting stream too, so. Alright. I'll keep it simple, nice little peanut bunker style bucktail deceiver or something. Yeah, that was a wild day of fishing for sure, to say the least. I haven't seen anything like that since, so it was certainly a sight to behold. When you find Albies feeding on like a random bait, you know, and you get some sort of cool experience like that. Because that must have been just like a random school of those things came inshore for some reason. I'm assuming I don't know if they're filter feeders or they also eat like small bait or what. They look like filter feeders though, but I'm not certain. So I don't know what they were doing there, but. They came inshore somewhat, or I mean, you know, offshore, but I mean, out in the ocean, but close enough inshore. Yeah, this bucktail isn't very good, but I don't think the bass are really going to care all that much for a simple bucktail deceiver style fly. You know, we'll throw one hackle here because I have it on the bench just sitting here. So we're going to use it. Yeah, I'm excited. We got that summertime striper video, so I'm going to make a poll or just a thing asking for folks to comment what's their favorite striper flies for the summer. Include that, but I have my whole list and where I filmed the whole fly box and extra flies, so I just got to continue editing that, so I will work on that tonight once it cools down. I'm going to go outside, sit in the back later. Alright, let's get... I want to use a little red flash. Something I used to like to do back in the day. I'm just going to only use a couple pieces too. One thing that I read, I think it was like either Ray Bonder or Kenny Abrams, they were talking about like certain colors are the ones that only really stick out after certain depths, you know, and this and that. I remember, I don't know where I got it from, but I was like mixing blue, green, and red flash. So let's do that. That was one of my favorite things. I don't know why. I was mixing blue, green, and red flash and using it in normal flies and doing really well. I don't know if that even had an effect on it, but for some reason it did. Absolutely loving the Regal. Starting to really get used to and dialed in. Hell yeah. I had to have Don send me a new handle for mine because I ended up screwing mine up when I was trying to adjust it. So, but I told him, I was like, I mentioned, and I was thinking about you when I talked about it. I was like, yeah, dude, hopefully we're helping, you know, the Regals are, you know, people are falling in love with the Regals. So we're doing our part. We're not even like officially affiliated with them, but I've been preaching the Regals for a long time. What flies work? Essentially, it was like a tuna style deceiver that I had where it's like a pretty large deceiver, you know, 5 or 6 inches, 4-aught hook with like a little bit, like almost like a little beak in the front. It's kind of hard to explain, but think of like an offshore style deceiver is what I used, but it was like more striper sized. But I had a fly that I tied for as a sample for one of the tackle shops for tuna, bluefin tuna specifically, for when they're on big sand deals. And that's what I threw at the time, excuse me. I guess we can go with blue crystal. Yeah, I forgot whether it was Ray Bonder or Kenny Abrams. Somebody, or I saw somebody putting red green flash in their flies. But something about red, green, and blue. Mixing those colors all together in a normal, like white fly or something, or, you know, bunker color. Ended up doing good for me. I don't know why. Could be placebo, you know, all of this. Most of it's just putting the fly in front of the fish. But this will work. It's not the same exact green I was thinking of, but this will work. Just go with 2 pieces of each, folded in half. If I have an old piece of flash where it's kind of junky, I can just kind of pull on it a little, straighten it, and then we're good to go. And then we want the flash to stick out past the hackle a little bit. But there's something about these colors, I don't know why. Abrams does that? Yeah, maybe I just saw him doing that in a bunch of his flies where he had like the red flash, the green flash, the blue flash. That's probably just what it was. He didn't even mention it. It was more so he just, I noticed him doing it. We're going to take a look here at the Discord before the end of the stream, too. I saw Calvin has some flies and other folks. If you guys get any flies, post them in the Discord. These are the only colors that last in depths: neon yellow, optic yellow, neon orange. Yeah, the rest all kind of turn to a certain color. I know at a certain depth what's applicable or what's really practical for saltwater fishing a lot of times. Certain colors really only stick out, like chartreuse yellow, things like that. And there's one reason why you see neon yellow. Mark Sadati ties a lot of his flies in neon yellow for the big slammers, because those are flies that he's fishing offshore in deep water. So I have learned, if you're trying to fish deep water for striped bass, tie yellow flies. And I don't even think he realized that's the reason. He just tied them in yellow, but I mentioned it. I was like, we were talking about the colors on stream, and then I saw his flies. He kept fishing yellow ones. I'm like, why are you fishing yellow ones? We're like, yeah, you know, yellow's bright, it's visible. But when you think about, when you actually do the thing with the test where they go at depth, yellow is one of the colors that was visible at like all depths and didn't turn into like one dark color. So that's very interesting. I don't even think he didn't even think about that. He was just thinking that yellow is like a brighter color or something, you know? So yeah, yellow is very good, especially at depth. You know, this is stuff that's not really like if you're fishing 5 to 10 feet, you know, it's not that much of a difference. But if you're going 20, 30, 40, especially 50, 60, 70 feet deep, as you start losing, oh, damn it, I pulled way too hard there. I'll show you a little trick when this happens is what I do. I just do a knot with the Bill's body braid. Now I can fix it. What do you call it? Exclamation mark tink. When there's not enough light reaching the bottom, that's when the certain colors just start, they get really dark and almost just kind of turn into like a brownish, blackish color. Blue, red, all these. So you can see video of like divers bringing color palettes down, or photos even, and at certain depths. So it's something to take a look at if you haven't yet. It's very interesting. Still not an accurate representation. There's definitely broken more than 270, but that's okay. At least we have a little tracker going. It's in spirit. Yeah, some of this hair is a little stiff, but you know what? I said bucktail deceiver, but then I ended up just wrapping forward like a flat wing, so... Oops. This one I am going to tie a little bit. I'm going to dress it a little bit more heavily, though. Slightly, though, because it's one collar. Yeah. So we're going to have the summertime striper fly box. And then from there, I'm just going to figure it out. We're probably going to do some tutorial stuff, but I am going to continue working on larger topic videos. Like maybe a summertime striper fishing video, and then how to fish open beaches, how to fish jetties. I want to definitely, it's probably going to take a while. I mean, the summertime ones, I don't know if we'll be able to get that one done in time, but it's going to take a bit. But I definitely want to do a fall time one for sure. Well, that's a little too short, unfortunately. So let's see. I almost kind of wish, you know what? I am going to do this. I'm going to shorten the hair a little bit on the throat. I went a little too long there. That's on me. Sometimes I can get a little aggressive with the length of the hair, and it ends up fouling a little, but also I want the taper to be a little bit longer on top. That's where I feel like you get that nice look to these. That nice bait fish look. Stripping methods for what? I don't even remember what I was talking about. Oh, stripping methods. Yes. That's going to be a video as well. I have a lot of that stuff recorded. So that's one I definitely need to do for sure, because people have been asking about that, stripping techniques for saltwater fly fishing. That'll probably be the next one, honestly. That's a long, like not a tying tutorial, because I think I have a good majority of that like recorded. I just need to like put it together and talk about it. So I ended up getting distracted with like the other videos, because that one's cool. It's just not as exciting as like fly fishing for striped bass or something. But stripping techniques are extremely important, so it's easy for me to like forget about some of that stuff, because that's like second nature now at this point. Fly fishing so long, but there are folks that just get into it that are like, when am I supposed to two-hand strip? When am I supposed to single hand? There really is no right answer. A lot of it's what you're comfortable with, but a lot of it is two-hand. You can have a little bit more of a steady retrieve, right? Single hand, you can kind of have some more pauses in there and stuff, and you can slow it down. You can have different rod control. So definitely a bunch to talk about in there. Dude, it is, I'm telling you, I'm cooking up here, boys. That's all right, though. That's all right, that's all right. Next week will be nice and cool. Whew. Just my room, the sun hits my room all day, and upstairs the heat rises, so it's just like, I still have this AC in this window as well, so it's only one window open. If I had both windows, that'd be nice. All right. Let's add a tiny bit of color on top. Maybe just the pink, honestly. I was like, do we do pink and olive? But I don't want to get too crazy with it. I just want a little bit of color on top here. A little bit more hair to make sure it coaxes it. Stay that it's riding this right way up. Yeah, it looks good to me. Nice and simple. And you want to see, this is like a spearing imitation. You don't want it to be too thick. You want the profile to be right. And that looks pretty good to me. By the way, you could take this, put epoxy on it, would make a killer candy. I like fishing flatwing candies in the fall. Let's do another mallard eye, because that was cool. Man, I like took a shower right before the stream too. And I probably should have taken one after, because it's like I feel like I've lost 5 pounds while streaming today. Something like that, just a little pink on the cheek. Be cool as if we painted an eye on there, but which we might do. I'm kind of half tempted to paint some eyes on there. I don't know if this is a technique. I was gassed, rested my rod on the shoulder, and stripped from there. Interesting. I've never tried that. How would you even go about doing that? You just had the real counterbalancing on the other side? The Calvin technique? I haven't tried that. The over-the-shoulder stripping technique? That's what we like to call the Bazooka Joe. Oh, that reminds me. That reminds me of the Albie video where I was coming up with all those dumb names for spin casting for Albies. I gotta do that. I gotta do another parody Albie video one of these days, but where now I'm fly fishing and I'm just a smug fly fishing jerk. So like my normal self, you know. What hook size is that? It's a size 2-odd Gamakatsu SL12S. What's going on, Lima? How's it going, man? How's the weather up there in Massachusetts? You sweating your balls off or what? just land here now. I'm also doing my baits for tomorrow's trip. Oh, nice. Very cool. Throw a little head cement on here. I'm gonna paint some eyes on, because why not? Let's have some fun. Life's too short not to paint some eyes on there. It's hot. It's hot. Whew. Woo. It's hot, alright, I tell you. Army painters. This is what I use for a lot of my miniature painting, by the way. You guys want to see? I don't really have one nearby, but check this dude out. 1947, but the war never ended in World War II, and a rift opened up, and weird supernatural stuff's going on. So these are the Americans, and they have jetpacks. So this is a U.S. airborne, like 101st airborne dude, but with a jetpack and a rocket launcher and like a Tesla-powered thing on there. That's for conflict. By the way, my new video that I put out the other day for one-page rules is like getting crazy views. All right. Is what if I had something like a nice flat thing I could just do it? I wonder if I can just do it like this, honestly. That works. This is just acrylic paint, by the way, if you're wondering. It doesn't have to be miniature paint, but... Brutal, and my Honda just broke the effing compressor. Oh, no. I haven't had, to be fair, I haven't had AC, working AC in a car ever. Literally ever. Yeah, I don't think I've ever had working AC in a car. Not that I drive my truck around much these days, but my AC unit broke here, or it just doesn't work because I haven't turned it on since the winter. So I have a new one coming on Sunday. It's getting here. But oh my god, we filmed the game last Sunday, me and my buddy Eric, and we were like dying. I was like, I'm sorry, dude, for even inviting you over here with no AC. It's freaking brutal. It's gonna get hotter too. It's gonna get hot. What's going on, Frosty? How you doing, man? Frosty's gotta have good AC. You just know that dude's got good AC. Yep, he's probably sitting in his racing rig right now. AC blowing in the wind. Let me let this dry for a little bit. God, even the lamp is hot. I did ply a pretty healthy portion, so this may take a little while to actually dry. So we may just want to hit it with the black dot. Oh, you guys can't see. LOL, I knew it. He's got AC, chat. Get him. All the non-AC people with me. Until Sunday, then I do have AC, and then you guys are on your own, alright? But for now, get him. I don't know if this is going to work, but we could try it, I guess. And this music doesn't help. This music is literally, it's that animal fighting simulator music that we used to do the Gambas on Twitch. So it's like high stakes music. It's making it worse, if anything. The paint's not really dry enough. Let's see what happens. Oh, yes. Success. I was never scared. Wait for the drums. Drums are kicking back in. Nope. My timing was wrong. Let's get him, boys. Okay. This eye looks wonky. Like, please don't eat me. This eye's like, you want to go, cuz? You ain't gonna catch my ass. Whew. It's good, though. Every once in a while, you need to not have AC. You need to just be in that sweltering heat just to bring you back to humanity, you know? Just to remind you what it was like before, you know, everyone had AC and window fans and stuff, and it was just some dude in a shack, like early 1800s, like, oh, wow. Whew. You just got to go back to the olden times. Just sweat it out, you know. A little bit too oval on that side, but something tells me the fish aren't going to care. Now, one thing is, when this dries, I will put head cement over it. The tripod technique is something only a hobbyist would understand. Oh my god, dude. You know how there's so many times that this, like, painting like this and using my pinky like that and then supporting it and doing, like, just like that. Like, sorry, my fingernails are dirty too because I was doing terrain stuff, so I have paint all on my fingernails, but just painting like this, like, just to stabilize it. Yep. So I actually started a new army too for Conflict, a custom faction. So it'd be like starting a brand new faction for Warhammer, but it's the Turkish Resistance or the Turkish Axis Loyalists, because in this timeline the Germans end up invade because World War II never ended. The nuclear bombs were never dropped, and Germany kept going and all of that. Obviously, Germany was never nuclear bombed, but, you know, Japan was. But whatever, alternate timeline. And what do you call it? Turkey was taken over by Germany, so I'm doing the Turkish Resistance, and I bought Italian soldiers from Bolt Action and 3D printed Ottoman heads. I just kit bashed all of them. I'm making a video actually out of it too, and we're doing 3D prints and stuff, so it'll be cool. All right, holy hell, it is hot, chat. Whew. God damn, it's hot. All right, let's take a look at the Discord. What do we got going on here? We got some cool flies. So we saw these last time from Calvin, but I want to take a look because they're cool. Liquid Fusion with some Easy Body on there. Very nice. These flies probably have semi-buoyancy to them as well, too. Yeah, I gotta tie me some of these. I gotta tie some big slammers. I have wig hair as well. I've been waiting to make a video. Shout out to Jay on YouTube from Jersey who sent us a bunch of wig hair. I think it's about time. I gotta get some hooks though. I gotta get some jumbo hooks. And then a nice feather size slammer as well. So we did tie, you're gonna see it in the video, but that big Paul Monahan fly, Zeke's been doing really good with those. So maybe I gotta tie some more up. I'm gonna bring one when I go with him. World War I was going to nuke you after that comment. Yeah. So in this, I think maybe one nuke might have went off in the Conflict universe, but maybe not both. I don't know whether it was Nagasaki or Hiroshima, or maybe none of them, but something happened, a rift opened up, and I guess maybe there is no nukes or something. I don't know what happened with that, but I gotta dive more into the lore of how that works. By the way, I like how you have the same, it looks like the same exact Acer keyboard laptop that I used in the past. I could tell because the red and black. Some small gross river flies. Very nice, though. Looking good. Rabbit strips. Some hackle on there. Some marabou. Yeah, I probably have the same laptop as you, which is hilarious. Looking good, though. I like that. They look great. Gotta throw them ghetto eggs. There's Jay. I knew you were around somewhere. Yeah, so we finally gotta do a video. That'll be a fun video because it'll be talking about wig hair as well as tying a slammer. So it'll be like, you know, that'll be a little bit more than just a tying video, you know? These are beautiful from Yumi. These are sick Clousers. I love the red wrap down on the white. Some crystal on there too. I like how the crystal's secured like that. That's a neat little trick if you are having issues with crystal flash fouling at times on your wing. But these are great. Yumi's tying's getting... Oh, no, this is Gabe. I'm sorry. I thought this was Yumi. Gabe. Very cool. Here's Yumi posting some stuff. So I saw Yumi posted some Clousers recently. Where was Yumi's... I'm sorry, that was Gabe. Sorry, Gabe. And sorry, Yumi. Gabe's been posting some stuff. It was a while. Gabe used to post a lot of stuff. Look at that. I gotta say, shout out to Gabe. These look great, dude. I love that. Really good. Here's Yumi's post of Calvin's flies. Those Easy Bodies have a ledge strip small on a 3-odd Clouser Arex. Ah, okay, interesting. So these look sick. By the way, Utah has some fantastic bucktail flies, Calvin. Very good. Alright, so is this tied on a jig hook? Very nice. Looks like there's a weight right there or something. Yeah, very nice. Beautiful, beautiful flies. I got some nice bucktail. I gotta break it out. I gotta tie myself some primo stuff on some like 6-odds or something. I gotta get some bigger hooks. And then here we go. Here's the Fly Tires Dungeon Bundle stuff. Bend back. Gotcha. What hooks are you using for the bend back? Let me check something real quick. Okay, let's take a look here. So Zeke, by the way, was down. This is Zeke right here. This is what we're gonna do, is hopefully go catch some big stripers with him. But check it out. So he was down to Grand Bahama bone fishing. Here's Zeke with a nice bonefish. Stin's like, what the hell? Very nice. There with the guide. Very cool. Beautiful fish. Bonefisher, man, there's something else, huh? Special fish. Very cool. And then this guy here, if you look familiar, but that is Mr. Henry Cowan right there. So it's Zeke and Henry. They're out fishing. Is that a bonefish scampi right there? Is that one of the Cowan's bonefish scampis right there, I see? But very nice. Very nice. And then here, which I was watching the video, Henry's like, no cursing. So I thought in this video, by the way, look at this. I thought the line, look, the line, check this out, dude. You almost got choked out by a bonefish, Zeke. That line almost, your ears and glasses saved you. That line was going around your neck. And that fish gets on the reel quick. Let's listen to the sound of it.
Always make sure your line's clear.
Yep, always make sure your line. Dude, that line almost went around your head.
Hey, we're videoing, no cursing.
Oh, thank you. Oh, there's another fish there.
Well, Henry's not gonna like fishing with me one day if we ever go fishing. Because I video all the time and all I do is curse. Beautiful, though. This is like an Albie thing right here where they just run at you full speed. And... Bop!
Oh.
Busted him off. Very cool, though. Thanks for sharing that, Zeke. Very nice. It's probably hot down there, I'll tell you that much. Arex 258. Gotcha. Gotcha. Then what do we got? I think we're caught up on all that stuff there. Some of the tabletop stuff we were doing here. Look, these are the Italian black shirt models that I got, and I'm turning them into this World War II era Turkish troops because they didn't participate in World War II, but cool stuff. All right, very cool. I must say, you did a great job with these, Calvin. I mean, the hook looks like it did pretty well for the... Is there a weight right there? It does look like there's a weight there. It's a pretty long shank hook, huh? Nice long shank on that one. Yeah, these look great, dude. I like the flash on top. They're gonna push some water. Look good, man. This looks fantastic. This one, the profile here is killer. Maybe he was. You had the Patterson spawning shrimp. Gotcha. Channel lead. Oh, okay. I was talking to Nick Curcione, and he was mentioning using split shot. So taking, instead of using like dumbbell eyes, or like you could use bead chain, or you could use dumbbell eyes. What you do is you take split shot and you put it on a piece of mono that's tied on. So you take a hook, flip it upside down, mono in the back on the top of the hook because the hook's flip side down, mono tied near the bend, and another piece of mono or whatever, you tie your material, do your thing, and you have like a, you know how what I've done before is where you have a piece of mono and then you have beads on it, so you can make like a makeshift rattle, if you will. He actually has been using split shot, and he was saying how you can get the split shot in there and crimp it onto the mono. One thing I didn't think about, which is kind of cool, I don't know if he even thought about this, you can then change the amount of weight that's on your fly. So if you have your mono piece running, let's say you have this fly here. Oh, it's probably easier to show you this way. Let's say you have this fly, but this is the way that we want it to swim, right? This is the fly, but this is how we want it to swim. There's a piece of monofilament tied that's like a loop right here, or half a loop, you know? So tied here, and it comes to here. So all your material will probably be tied on top. And what you do is you can crimp a big split shot to it. And then that will help flip the fly over, right? And then what you could do is you can add more split shot. You could take split shot off. That's something that's really cool. I haven't thought about that. So that's a way you can actually change the weight of the fly. And the other thing is the split shot is really dense and heavy. So it does a really good job of flipping the fly over without having to have a big, heavy dumbbell eye. So that was pretty cool. He showed me. Let me see if I can show you without doxing anything or whatever. He sent me a photo. I'll show you. And it's a very cool fly. So this one has like a weed guard, but underneath it's hard to see, but there's like split shot tied on a mono. Let me see if there's another. A lot of trout fishermen do a similar method. Yeah. There we go. You can see, for instance, it's hard to see there, but there's black split shot, but there's like orange ones here. You could use a tungsten bead and let it move. That's what I've done in the past, like this. Let's say there's a piece of mono here, or wire. You have multiple tungsten beads, and not only does it flip the fly over with weight, but then the beads move and they go. But there are times that then you're stuck with that. Another option is you could take that mono or whatever it is and then put split shot on it. And now if you're not necessarily worried about a makeshift rattle bead sound, which I don't even know if it really does anything most of the time, then you can, like, with the split shot, you can drastically change the weight on it. You know what I mean? And do it on the fly. So, yeah, I feel like I've seen flies like that with trout or steelhead fishing or something. Obviously, we were using split shot, tin split shot on the Salmon River. And you could only use a certain amount and stuff. But I think, but yeah, this is interesting. So that's something to try out. But he texted, he mentioned it because he reached out to, I think he mentioned the synthetic fly tying video or whatever as well. But I think Henry gave him my number. And I love it when like these dudes that I've like read their books and stuff when I was a kid, they're like, "Hey, I love your videos. You're doing an awesome thing." I'm like, "Dude, you guys are the reason why I'm doing this shit." You know what I mean? You guys are the reason why I don't sound like an idiot when people ask me questions about fly tying, because I learned from all you guys back in the day. But so that's cool. I want to try that out. Maybe we could try that out in saltwater. You know what might be a good opportunity for that, or something? You know, that might be like either a crab fly or something where we don't necessarily, I mean, I guess you could do it with anything, right? Jiggies or clousers, but you could do it with like a fluke or a flounder fly, I feel like. You know, something where you're not necessarily as worried about the bottom side of it if you're trying to like bounce it on the bottom, or I don't know. I think we're going to have to try it though, because I'm not really a big fan of using heavy dumbbell eyes a lot of times, especially as you know, if they smack your rod. Where did you show the pics of the flies that you showed? Oh, that's Discord. Are you talking about that? Yeah, Llama. We have a link to the Discord in YouTube if anyone's interested. It's like a place you guys can share and talk or whatever, little community thing. Or we have the link, which thankfully Doc and Frosty just typed, or the chat command. I need to get my chat command set up for YouTube. so YouTube can type exclamation mark whatever, you know, because I think that's maybe how we're gonna do our giveaways. Where I don't think we're doing marble races anymore, or I think we might do it this might be the last month or whatever that we're doing it. I think like last month previous, whatever. I said we might do one more, but I think the way we're gonna do it is both chats will be allowed to be part of it, and it'll be like you guys type something in the chat. But I need to make it work for YouTube and Twitch. I got to figure out how to do that. So, but whew, goddamn, it's hot. Change it based on the current or tide. Yeah, that's the whole idea, right? I think I think if you're gonna do this, there are better ways of doing it, right? Like the beads and the like making a makeshift rattle, or you do whatever. But the whole reason you do the split shot thing is if you want a lot of weight. Because you can get a lot of weight in a small amount, in a small area using a split shot compared to a regular tungsten bead. And the other thing that allows you to do is on the fly, change the weight of the fly. So I feel like you could probably use this not only with flies that flip upside down, but maybe if you had Launer shank hooks or something, or maybe on an articulated section you could do this where you could change out. But then at that point, if you have an articulated, you could swap out the shanks. Anyways. I think for a fly that swims hook point up, it seems like it's interesting. Take a piece of mono or wire, use the split shots with it. So, anyways. All right, chat. What do you call it? It is hot, but I just wanted to stream for a couple hours. I have an AC unit coming Sunday, and then we can go back to doing our nice 3-hour Keith-approved streams. Keith can riot, but... you know, it's too hot. I don't care. Yeah, I'm going to go sit outside, hang out, and watch them probably like Hey You video games or something and just chill. But what do you call it? I am working on the summertime striper fly video, so that's coming out. It's recorded. I'm just editing it. So it's going to take a little time, but that I'm working on that. That might be Sunday, or it might be probably early next week or something. We'll see. So, yeah, we need an exclamation mark Keith. We definitely need that. But chat, thank you so much. I'm gonna go hang out outside. I saw that right before I go, real quick. I saw what I thought was like straight up a baby possum, because I saw like a larger possum around 10:30, like a couple weeks ago. I went outside and it saw me and freaked out. We love wildlife. I'm not like gonna be like, yeah, get out of here. But it was scared of me, you know. But I was sitting outside in the backyard, right, and I'm sitting in my swing chair. It's like 10 o'clock or 11:30 at night, and like. You know, sometimes I'll sit outside and I'll be watching a stream on my phone, and I'll, you know, have a couple durries or whatever. And like when I sit there for a while, like I'll have squirrels walk right past me. I'll have birds landing because I'm like becoming one with the backyard, essentially. They just don't care about me. And the other night I was sitting out there and I saw it, dude. I thought it was a rat at first. It was a tiny baby little possum. Like that's the size of the body, right? Tail was a little bit larger. The cutest little thing, and it came. I saw it. It was walking around. What do you call it? And then it came, dude. It came right past my foot. I'm talking about my foot was here. It like almost stepped on my foot and went underneath me and under my legs and went under my swinging chair. Followed the fence, and went to the front. And then I'm sitting at like the same time the next day. This little baby possum. I see it on the left. I was trying to get a video because it's the cutest thing. But this thing comes and again walks right past my foot, goes right past, almost brushes with its tail, almost brushes my leg, and then goes and went into the backyard. So cool little thing. Possums can eat up to 1,000 ticks in a single night. That's probably an extreme, but possums are like the best tick repellent you can have. So I'm glad we got that little guy. But it was so cool. I was trying to get a video because it was the cutest little thing, and I was a little worried. I was like, maybe its parent was run over or something, like the mom, like the larger one that I saw. But we're good friends with a local wildlife rescue. We do a lot of charity work where we give them flies. My mom does stuff for them, and she works with the person that runs the place. She does some stuff with her. So I was like, maybe we should reach out, and maybe they should like trap this possum, because I'm telling you, it looks like it's, I don't know if it's large enough to be on its own, but we looked it up. Apparently a possum can be on its own, like when they're around like $1 sized without the tail. And that's about the size. So, I mean, around that size is when they kind of go off on their own. So, but, yeah, that was so cool, dude. It was the coolest little possum I just saw. So he's eating all the deer ticks and the dog ticks in the backyard. So That's fine. Anyways, I just wanted to mention that because that was such a cool experience. Like, I in the fall there's always raccoons too, and I've actually had raccoons step on my foot before because I'll be sitting in the backyard watching like Djibouti show stream at like 11:30 at night, and a raccoon would just walk on the fence behind me. But I've had them a couple times where they've actually like stepped on my foot. You know what I mean? So I just think that was funny. But what do you call it? Let me take a look here real quick. Ah, very nice. Very nice, Lima. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. So nice and simple. I like the upside down eyes too. Very cool. You can even get those right up to the front too, you know? Give yourself a little bit more room. But, hey, you don't need much. A little pink fluff off there, a little bit of flash. You can maybe do something off the top here or something. You're good to go, dude. Hell yeah. Well, thanks for sharing, man. We got it doesn't matter, but we got the fly tying area on the left. You can post it in here is where everybody's posting the fly tying stuff. But thanks for sharing. We're glad to have you in there, dude. All right, chat. You take it easy. I hope you folks have an awesome night. I'm going to go cool down and keep an eye out for the possum. You just got to put some more hair up top. Nice. Hell yeah. I like that pink. You're right. See? Great minds think alike. Great minds think alike. All right, chat. You have an awesome night. Thank you so much for hanging out. You guys keep it, take it easy. And what do you call it? Let me just make sure we're not missing anything here. Doesn't look like no notifications. Now we're all good. All right, chat. Thank you so much for hanging out. Zeke, Jay, Lima, Gene, Reverie, Frosty, Doc, Bobzilla. Thank you so much for hanging out, chat. I hope you folks have an awesome weekend. And we got a new video coming out soon, all right? Adios. Crack a cold one. Polar Springs. Hell yeah, baby. What do you call it? I'm going to make a new tea. All right, chat. We'll see you later.